Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well, and I also hope you all are excited for this August plan with me in my new journal for the second half of 2018. 2019, oh my goodness, wow, that's scary. I'm using this Archer and Olive journal that I set up in my last video, and if you want to see that, it will be up in a card right now, so you can go and check it out. Today we are using three main supplies. We are using our trusty gel pen, I like the Kaweco Sport, a small brush tip pen, and a large marker that is the color that you want to use for that month. I like to keep it pretty simple in my journal. I like to kind of have one main color for the month, and this month I'm actually going to be adding a fun little pattern, which I'll explain to you guys later. The first thing I'm doing is making a monthly cover page. This is new for me, and I wanted to kind of start the month off with kind of a quote, but instead of doing a quote, I'm actually doing a song lyric. This song is You've Got a Friend by James Taylor, and I'm thinking that every month I'm going to start off the month with a song that I really like that kind of sets the mood. I just wrote August at the very top of the quote, and now I'm going in and adding my pattern for the month, which is inspired by this image right here. I saw these tiles and I thought it'd be really cool to try to recreate this pattern to kind of jazz up my journal and make it a little more fun without having a ton of complex drawings, because for me that just isn't something that I enjoy doing in my journal. Right now I'm setting up my monthly log for August, and I'm just lettering the words August 2019 in my brush pen. I like to set up my monthly log so it has my dates as well as my focus for the month and my main tasks. A pro tip for all you calligraphers out there, if we're doing the word August or any word really, a good way to make your lettering kind of fun and look really cool is to alternate the sizes of your letters. So in this word, I went a bit smaller on the U and the S, and then went a bit bigger in the G. And then in the numbers, as you can see, I went really big on the 2, but really big on the 0, and I think it creates a really cool effect. So that's something you can try with your lettering, and let me know if you do. Now I'm going in again with my pattern. I'm going in with my Tombow to add a kind of like splash of color along the sides of the page where the brush lettering isn't, and then I'm going to actually go in and add my pattern again. This pattern is really easy to recreate. You just do 5 strokes that go progressively bigger, so you go small, medium, large, medium, small, kind of like a pyramid, I guess. The trick with this is actually going fast and going a little bit messy. I think it looks a lot better like that. And also knowing when to stop. You don't want to add like too many, or it becomes really busy. Now that the basic kind of writing is down on the sides of the page, I'm going to go onto the left page and make my calendar for the month. I really like doing a vertical calendar, which means that each dot grid row is one day. I hope that made sense. Essentially, you just write the numbers from 1 to 31 or 30, depending on the month, all the way down the side of your journal, as you're going to see me do right about now. Across from each number, you write the events going on that day. You can also add the day of the week beside each number. I don't do that because I make a separate weekly spread, so I don't really need to do that. But what I'm doing here is I'm going back in with my Tombow and I'm marking the weeks off. So between Sunday and Monday, I'm drawing that small horizontal line so I can kind of see where my weeks are and kind of understand if one week is busier than the other and kind of know what's going on overall. On the right side of the page, I'm writing my monthly focuses and my main tasks for the month. I really like doing a focus section where I write a couple intentions that I want to maybe do in the month. I'm not a huge goal setter, but I find this is a good way for me to kind of have some baseline, I guess, goals or ideas of things I want to do. without writing out crazy structured goals that I have trouble actually meeting. And now I'm doing my to-do list. I'm just writing the word to-do with my gel pen, and then I'm going to go in and separate underneath into 3 separate sections for 3 separate sections of my life that I have tasks to do. I made these sections with my Tombow brush pen, just doing short strokes. I eyeballed it, but it's probably about 5 dot grids wide, I would guess, and I'm writing my sections as personal, university, and then this YouTube channel. Moving on to the next spread, this is my memory spread. I actually started this last month and I really liked it. You won't really see much of it here, but I think I'll add a photo so you guys can see what the completed one in July looked like, or I guess June, sorry, in June looked like. Essentially, it's a space for me to add photos of the month, write down things that happened, talk about food I ate during the month, because I love food, so I love to know like if there was a cool ice cream shop I went to, and any stuff like that. Pretty much I'm going in on the side of the page and writing the word memories in my gel pen. I really like writing titles of collection pages on the side of my journal because I find it takes up less space. I don't think it actually does, but somehow I've convinced myself that it takes up less space. So we're just gonna go with it. Now I'm just adding that same like tile pyramid pattern, I'm not really sure exactly what to call it, along the side. I'm adding it without the color this time because I'm going in with my Tombow and I'm actually adding the brush strokes where the downstrokes of the letters are with the color, if that makes sense. I think it's really fun to kind of have this pattern and this color and kind of be creative and make different combinations of ways you can like use them to kind of create a bit of diversity in your spreads. So that's actually been something that was really fun for me to kind of challenge myself and try to create different ways to use the pattern and the color together. Now I'm going in and making my spending tracker. I made this actually last month and it worked out pretty well. I really like the structure. Essentially, if you can see from my last month, I categorize my spending into clothing, stationery, technology, entertainment, and miscellaneous. And then as I'm writing down the items that I've bought, I use a little dot to mark what category it falls in, so I can see after I've made my entire spending tracker if I'm spending more money in, let's say, stationery, and maybe that's an area that I want to cut down on, or just kind of be aware of where my money is going. It's a pretty easy setup. I just write down the item and then the amount I've spent, and now I'm actually going in and I'm adding a little bit of that pattern again. I think this is really nice and isn't really a lot of extra time to add to the spread than I normally would, but I think it looks really cool. The second last spread I'm doing before I go into my daily/weekly spread is my video ideas. This spread, I think, actually, I was kind of scared to do it because I thought it could be a bit busy and a bit extreme, but I think it actually was really cool. My idea was to do a border first with the colored Tombow that I chose, and then go back and forth with the patterned pyramid tile thing and make this kind of patterned border. I wanted to keep the title pretty simple for this one since the border is like so wild, so I just wrote in my normal handwriting video ideas, and I will be filling this with all my video ideas that I want to show you guys. And now we have made it to the last spread in my August setup. This is my weekly/daily spread. Pretty much this spread is broken down into a top bar where I have all my important weekly events and important tasks I have to do on a specific day, and then below that I do daily planning, which is extremely similar to the original bullet journal method. Right now I'm counting out the lines, which I'm going to use to divide Monday through Sunday. Each of the lines is 6 dots apart and I believe 8 dots downward, and then I'm going in and I'm writing the day of the week above it. I think this spread is a really great idea if you like to kind of plan day by day, but you want to have a weekly overview because you're not using 2 different spreads to try to track your daily and your weekly planning. It's kind of a daily-weekly hybrid, I guess you could call it. So now I'm just going in and adding more of the, I guess you could call it, I feel like I should really call this like a diamond, like a messy diamond pattern. I think we're going to stick with messy diamond, guys. I'm sorry it took the entire video for me to get a good name, but we're throwing in that messy diamond all along the spread, just kind of sparsely throwing it in wherever you want, keeping it messy, going with the flow, keeping it fun. And after that, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add my daily plans. I just write the day of the month in a fun little calligraphy, and then the day of the week, and then I'm just going to go down and plan my stuff as I normally would. So that is it for my August plan with me. Here's a flip through of all the spreads that I set up with you guys. If you guys recreate any of these spreads, make sure to tag me on Instagram because I would love to share them with everyone else in our lovely little community. I hope you guys enjoyed the changes I made this month, and let me know what you think of the messy diamond pattern. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Happy August, everybody.